When the word construction comes to mind, we typically envision skilled engineers and craftsmen meticulously crafting incredible structures. However, interestingly enough, with the advancement of technology, some engineers and builders have taken this craft of construction to the next level. By harnessing advanced technology and creative minds, they have erected buildings that are simply impossible not to admire. These structures are not only cost-effective to build, but also remarkably sturdy and visually captivating. In today's video, let's explore some of these creative construction techniques from around the world. Monolithic Dome Institute. To construct this type of building, a large plastic sheet is first cut to match the building's intended shape and precisely positioned at the construction site. Next, the interior of the plastic sheet is gradually inflated with air. Workers then begin placing steel reinforcement rods over the inflated plastic layer in preparation for the concrete pour. Once the rods are fully in place, a concrete mixture is poured over the inflated sheet using a crane. The entire plastic sheet is completely encased in concrete. The structure is then left undisturbed for a period of time to allow the concrete to cure and set. Once the concrete has dried and hardened, the air is released from the plastic sheet installed underneath. When the plastic sheet is removed, the building reveals its distinct shape. It is possible to erect this building with ease, requiring neither bricks nor structural pillars. Constructing a building using this method results in a structure that is both robust and visually appealing. Currently, building homes using the monolithic dome method has become something of a trend across various European countries. Boxable. Nowadays, the demand for folding buildings seems to be growing day by day. In reality, these folding houses are not constructed directly at the building site. Instead, an order is placed with a factory based on the specific requirements for the home. Workers at the factory then construct the house accordingly. Once completed, the structure is transported from the factory to the specific location where it is to be installed. Finally, with the assistance of a few workers, the house is unfolded. Once unfolded, the house takes on this appearance. At first glance, the house might appear to be quite small. However, the interior offers ample space to neatly arrange and accommodate all your essential furnishings and belongings. Furthermore, these types of folding houses are not limited to single-story designs. Multi-story versions are also available. If you wish, you can even construct a 2-story or 3-story structure. With an eye toward the future, the company is currently working on a variety of distinct designs. In the future, these folding houses are expected to look exactly like this. For those who find concrete construction to be prohibitively expensive, these types of folding houses offer a highly affordable alternative. Furthermore, these structures can be easily relocated from one place to another. Regarding brick roofs, you have likely witnessed the construction work of many skilled craftsmen over the years. However, compared to the sheer ingenuity of this particular mason, the skills of all others seem to pale in comparison. Whenever a house is built, the construction of the roof typically accounts for the largest portion of the budget. Not only that, but the roofing process itself is often a time-consuming endeavor. Yet observe this mason. It appears he has discovered a solution to all these challenges, as you can clearly see in this video. Watch how this highly skilled craftsman constructs a roof using nothing more than concrete and bricks. Moreover, this is no small roof. It is quite expansive in both length and width. Constructing a roof of this nature demands extreme caution and intense concentration from the masons involved. A single minor error could result in the entire structure, bricks and all, collapsing to the ground. To build such a roof, the masons must proceed meticulously, carefully joining bricks together as they work inward from the four corners of the room, thereby ensuring that each attached brick receives adequate structural support. These roofs are typically constructed in a shape resembling a dome, though they are not raised to the extreme heights characteristic of traditional domes. Once the roof structure is complete, It is finished with a layer of plaster to prevent rainwater from seeping inside. Not only is this type of roof cost-effective to construct, but it also presents a truly captivating aesthetic when viewed from the interior. Creating such a roof requires masons to possess a truly artistic sensibility and an exceptional level of technical skill. If you were given the opportunity to live beneath a roof like this, what would your reaction be? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. While this style of roofing is most commonly found in Mexico, take a moment to admire this remarkable example of skilled craftsmanship created right here in India. It is just as astonishing on the inside as it appears unconventional from the outside. This entire library structure was constructed using nothing but bricks and concrete. Perhaps the most astonishing fact of all is that not a single structural beam was utilized in the construction of this library. I can bet that with Ark Nova, you are about to witness a unique technology for the very first time in your life. Occasionally, tents are set up at large-scale events to accommodate guests in a designated area. Nowadays, such tents are being constructed using specialized plastic layering. Once positioned at the venue, they are inflated with air, much like a balloon. Indeed, they bear a striking resemblance to balloons. Inside, they boast a seating capacity ranging from 200 to 500 people. Furthermore, they are equipped with a full range of amenities and decorations, everything from air conditioning to lighting. Moreover, dismantling this tent is remarkably simple. One merely needs to deflate it. Within just 30 minutes, it can be packed up and transported to a different location. The Ark Nova was originally conceived for musical performances in Japan. It was designed by the genius architect Arata Isozaki and the artist Anish Kapoor. It stood 40 meters tall and measured between 30 and 36 meters in width. However, the concert hall was destroyed as a result of the tsunami in Japan. Bed block system. Here, large blocks of a special type of concrete are being manufactured. Plastic molds are utilized to create these blocks. Once the concrete mixture is prepared, it is poured into the plastic molds. Once it has set and hardened, it is removed from the molds. A unique feature of these blocks is that no additional cement mixture is required to construct a wall. This is because the blocks themselves feature interlocking grooves designed to join one to another. Your only task is to lift the blocks using a crane and slot them into the grooves of the adjacent blocks. The blocks will lock into place and stand firmly erect. While these types of blocks are not typically used for constructing residential houses, they allow the government to save significant amounts of time and money when building large retaining walls or flyovers. Concrete stamp roller. This tool may appear quite ordinary at first glance. However, it enables the creation of fascinating designs on simple concrete surfaces. When this roller is passed over slightly wet concrete, it imprints a tile-like pattern onto the surface. Consequently, an otherwise plain-looking path is transformed, exuding enhanced aesthetic appeal. The stamp roller is maneuvered over the concrete with great precision, allowing its imprint to be automatically and seamlessly embedded into the surface. Stamp rollers are frequently employed on walking tracks to ensure that pedestrians do not slip while walking. Curb roller. It often takes just as much time to pave the drainage channels alongside a government-constructed road as it does to build the new road itself. To address this inefficiency and to facilitate the quick and easy construction of drainage channels, the curb roller machine was invented. Resembling a large rolling pin used for making bread, this machine is securely positioned at the construction site. One side of the unit is connected to a motor. Subsequently, as concrete is poured, a worker moves forward alongside the motor. Consequently, the concrete is leveled on one side, while a drainage channel is simultaneously formed with a smooth, professional finish on the other. The curb roller machine requires very few workers to operate. Moreover, the water passage is constructed in a remarkably short time. This curb roller machine is available in various sizes, allowing for the creation of passages in a wide range of custom shapes. Peri 3D construction. Until recently, 3D printing technology was limited to constructing only small-scale structures. However, it is now possible to construct entire houses using 3D printing. In this technique, a massive 3D printer is positioned at a specific site. The machine then extrudes a concrete mixture through a narrow nozzle, building layer upon layer as it gradually rises upward. Once a house is completed using this technology, it presents a distinct appearance from the outside, and the interior is even more delightful than the exterior is visually striking. However, this technology does not yet allow for the construction of roofs. Therefore, the roof is still constructed using traditional methods, typically involving a reinforced concrete slab or lintel. Before the roof can be built, the concrete layers created by the 3D printer must be allowed to cure sufficiently to ensure they possess the structural integrity required to support the roof slab. Lock and block. This technique involves constructing rooms using small plastic blocks. These plastic pieces feature small interlocking grooves. Consequently, when stacked one upon another, they automatically lock firmly into place, creating a stable and rigid structure. You should not, under any circumstances, mistake these plastic-built houses for being flimsy. In fact, these plastic blocks are significantly stronger than concrete. Furthermore, they do not catch fire easily. They can essentially be described as fireproof. Ultimately, this method serves as an efficient solution for constructing houses in a very short time frame. In reality, this temporary technique is used to construct shelters for vulnerable people displaced by war or natural disasters. Do let us know in the comments which of these techniques you found most interesting. That brings us to the end of today's episode. For now, it's goodbye. We'll see you again in the next episode.